Oh, what's your name?
Oh, my name's Andrew.
Andrew.
Rudy? Nice to meet you, Drew.
Yeah,
well, he's sniffing something. I don't think those are your snacks, bud. Good little dog, girl.
I will maybe be here Thursday if listening.
Let me know about it.
Hey, what's up? You're IWW?
Not IWW specifically, but UFCW.
Oh, okay. Right on. Nice.
Right on. Yeah.
So like where is that? That's like Safeways and things like that?
Yeah, Safeway, Fred Meyer, Albertson, stuff like that. Yeah, with the local 555 myself. But I mean, I've kind of like dabbled with like putting like labor music stuff here and there occasionally. So I've done that a little bit.
Is it labor music?
Yeah, like I learned about like labor music history stuff. Like I have an IWW like songbook that has like all sorts of different like labor songs. So, yeah.
Or maybe it's the Big Red song.
Yeah, it's the Big Red songbook. Yeah,
oh, right
it's
on.
I think it's a '95 edition if I remember correctly. It's like an old one that I found on eBay.
Phillips, that sort of thing.
Utah, yeah.
Dude.
There's like Hazel Dickens as well. You know, Pete Seeger, of course. We've got through the classics. You know.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
so,
dude.
Yeah.
You go to the IWW meetings at all, or?
I haven't. I've been meaning to kind of like hit him up occasionally at some point, just kind of like learn a little bit more about like specific organizing and all the likes.
Do you have the right to strike in your union?
What's up?
Do you have the right to strike in your union?
Yeah. Like actually with the last strike that happened, it wasn't with our stores because I work at Safeway, but it was with the Fred Meyer ones that happened like for about like 2 days or something like that. That happened just like a week before Christmas. Like I think 2021, 22, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay, right.
I think it was during like the whole like Striketober season where there was like a big push of labor activism at that point.
Oh, okay. Are you like, you go to DSA or anything?
Occasionally, not too much. Haven't really had too much time to like go out to like various different meetings specifically, but I always at least just broadly push the activism out.
Okay.
Just in general, kind of push it with some of my friends and occasionally, and even with some of my coworkers too.
Cool, right on. Yeah, we're freaking IBEW.
Nice.
So we don't have the right to strike, but we try to
Right. Yeah. Try to get it out there.
Yeah, man. Do you want to take down my number? Or?
Yeah, sure. I'm doing the stream just because I want to kind of like put
I'll
out a little more.
Yeah. Oh, you said you're streaming?
Yeah.
Okay. It might be better if.
Here, I could actually do you have an Instagram, right? Yeah. I can. I can send you that.
Oh, ready?
Picture of a random dog saying, "Hey, we found a random dog."
Sounds like an emergency.
Getting all the loops.
What's your Instagram?
It's should be Ignar Husky.
Ignar.
Yeah, IGNAR. And yeah.
Okay.
On top.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll follow you. Right on.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you just messaged me, I could like follow up a little bit after that at some point.
Yeah, definitely reach out to me. Like if y'all have a strike or if you guys are doing some kind of community event, I'd love to attend.
Right, yeah, definitely. I've been wanting to try to at least get maybe like some sort of like community organizing at just on my local time. I'm all the way out in Milwaukee.
Later, Brandon.
I'll probably be back.
Yeah, good.
So wait, what union are you part of?
UFCW, local 555.
Right. So Safeway or something?
Yeah, Safeway. Okay. Yeah, the one out in Milwaukee. So that's where I usually am at.
Right.
I decided to come over here just because it's my day off and want to show off some support and stuff.
Right.
Right on. Nice. This is cool. What does this say?
Oh, these are some old pins that I've gotten online.
Through the union. Oh,
yeah, these are.
That's freaking sick.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, I know this one's custom made. I got this one on Etsy, and I found this online. I think it's also another custom made pin that I found as well. So.
Okay.
I think it's interesting the like red flags and stuff versus like the canine vest.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of giving off a little mixed vibe.
Yeah. A little mixed. Yeah. That's why I kind of have at least a little bit of the red on there too, with like the little rose on his patch and stuff.
Right.
And the Cascadian flag on there too.
What's the deal with the Cascadia thing?
Well, from our understanding, it's basically just like at least a lot of the origins of the idea of the movement's more like about advocacy, a lot about like the local environment when it comes to like climate change and a lot of that stuff. I think it initially was first started around in like in the 70s, I believe, and it was essentially kind of like a kind of advocate also not just for like the indigenous rights from what I understand, but also like for more of like environmental protection stuff like that. And just I don't think it's meant to be like a sense of like actual like separatism, but just kind of like more of an advocacy when it comes to those type of ideas and that type of advocacy.
Yeah, because I like googled it one time and it was like, oh, the PNW wants to secede, and I was like, oh.
I mean, yeah, I think there are probably some people that do generally probably have those ideas, but I mean, at least a lot of people that tend to have like Cascadian symbolism stuff, they're not like full on like secessionists about it or anything. But I know there's a couple people that are probably out there that do believe it, and I know there's been probably more like subgroups that are more of an advocate for it.
Right on. Okay, nice.
So, yeah, maybe I'm a little ignorant about what K9, like, my only association with the K9 is, like, the Top Dog.
Top things, right, yeah.
It says, like, Team K9, is that, like...
That's the company that I got the vest from. Yeah, so they kind of make these, like, type of, like, dog vests, so, yeah, for, like, more kind of, like, rugged outdoor stuff, so you can, like, have patches or have these little straps here so you can put, like, little bags on them so you can carry stuff or, stuff like that.
Okay.
So, that's kind of what I got, because I wanted to put a bunch of patches on them, just kind of, make them a little bit more, like, advertised, just kind of like a little friendly boy. What's up? What's up, buddy? See? Just a friendly boy, aren't you? Look at you, big goober.
What's that flag on the front?
It's actually based off of a game. Have you heard of Hearts of Iron 4 by chance? Well, it's like a strategy game, and there's
Hearts
like
of Iron 4.
So he knows it, yeah. But there's like this mod called Geistreich, which is, and they're in that alternative timeline, like just kind of the rundown. It's like instead of the Allied powers at that time, when World War I, it was actually the Central Powers, and U.S. never got involved in that. And because of that, there end up like the Great Depression, all that stuff kind of happened more quicker essentially, and thus caused a lot more of like a radical shift. Taking a lot of points from like Blair Mountain and from like UG, taking a lot of the more like kind of radical things that were going on at that time, but kind of like amplifying a little bit in the sense to where it kind of had like the second Civil War basically in a more way earlier where like World War II would have been basically instead. But so it kind of had there's like separate so the U.S. ended up getting like separated at least in that timeline into like 3 sections of Pacific states, this Combined Syndicates of America, which is where that one comes from. And then the Union State of America, which is basically Confederacy to electrical glue. So, I mean, so there's kind of like a little bit of an alternative thing with it, but because it's more syndicalist / kind of like labor left leaning with the little Liberty torch and hammer on the side of the corner of it. Kind of adds a little bit more of the left leaning side towards it instead of just like a traditional American flag with it.
The showers, because I think
Nerd out with uniform. Yep. So what?
Make an electrical contact, and he would get shocked from it as a kid. That's how they got
I think I'm gonna head out, but are you?
The DSA pamphlet.
Yeah, are you? If you're heading out.
See maybe next week. Maybe not.
Yeah, right on, bro. Are you coming either, Grant? Or no, you're not. Yeah, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
No meeting.
I'm probably gonna come in.
All right, let's cross.
I have nothing else to do.
Well, are you sticking around?
Yeah. You're leaving, aren't you? Yeah, I'm a split.
All right.
Yeah.
Them out. Hey, yeah, talk to people about this type of stuff.
Do you get the pamphlet?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Oh, he's coming back.
No, I'm gonna go later.
Here, let's kind of give a little view around. So this is I'm pretty sure this is the distribution plant right over here. It's a big old building, but everyone's all like kind of set right here, and it's kind of where they're predominantly set up. See a bunch of signs. Didn't know there was construction going on over here, but I came in a little bit later just because, with me, we'll sleep a little later, have to charge everything. But, I'm going to stick around for a little while. I'll probably ask a couple questions and just kind of see it, or at least more specifically about, like, what's going on with everything. But yeah, at least got to get oriented, chat with people a bit. This guy, though, I tried to explain overall blues to a Normie on Tinder, and they got blocked from beating a door. That's your fault. I mean, you gotta nerd out at least a little bit, but... at least all in all, from my understanding, I think there's at least like max around like 40 that are out here. But at least when it, for right now, there's definitely a lot less because everyone's kind of starting to wrap it up. And for the day, it looks like. But obviously, people are definitely going to be coming back and doing their thing for more and more. I mean, just kind of like how a lot of strikes tend to be. They're actually pretty casual for the most part, where you just kind of hang out and, if anything, just let people honk their horns and, show support. So I was just kind of curious, have you all been feeling just about with things going on so far with today and the last couple days with you guys walking out?
Oh man, what do you mean I
don't know, just I guess just kind of the general energy about it. Kind of excited and hopefully kind of see where things kind of move forward, because I know earlier today I understand that in Ohio Biden went to the picket line over there and was talking with some workers and stuff and made a speech. I was listening to a little bit, but I haven't saw all of it. But just just kind of considering the general energy. I mean, I was just thinking, is there kind of optimistic feeling that we're gonna that there's gonna be a contract that you're hoping to see with everything.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Everybody's here because they have to be.
Can I get your dog?
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, everybody's here because they have to be or something like that. So,
right.
I mean, we'd rather not do this and stuff like that. But the general energy for us to be here is we're here to, we're in it.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I would just say, kind of I don't know, me and I guess everybody else, the attitude is just hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to get through this,
Yeah.
So it's kind of an encouraging kind of thing, And that's what we're going to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been a long time since the union has given us something back because we gave up so much.
Right.
After the recession in 2008,
yeah.
It took a lot from us, promising to give it back, and they haven't. So now this strike is hey, can we just get back what we gave? You know what I'm saying? Just put us up to speed again.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, we're not asking to go out there. Hey, I don't want to join your yacht club, and I don't want to be fucking join your, whatever it is,
their little country clubs, whatever, right?
For all that extra stuff. We just say, we're the workers, we work here.
Yeah.
We're the ones out here suffering the injuries, and we're the ones out here, we end up worn out at the end of 20 years or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Give them something fair, give them some fair due.
Yeah.
So that we can make a living. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
Yeah, because that's how, when with my union at UFCW Local 55, it was kind of the same idea, because, there was, for a long time, especially after, COVID happened and with the pandemic and just, and with when the house break got, taken back again, and everything else, it really started to, fuck with us a lot, too. And leading up to, at least, for Safeway and Albertsons, because our contracts were a little separate from the Fred Meyer ones, so when they went on strike, it kind of put a lot more of that extra pressure for Safeway and Albertsons to like come more to the table and be like, okay, we'll try to come back and actually give what we've been wanting, when it comes to making sure that like you're saying, we just get a little back from a lot of the work that we do and stuff. And obviously, me being a grocery worker ain't necessarily the same as doing something with UAW, but nonetheless, it's
you work with Fred Meyer too?
Safeway. That's what I work at. Yeah.
Yeah, it is true, man. It was
What happened to your hat?
My hat? So with that. I had to take it out for a minute because it wasn't raining.
Alex was when I called him, he was 13 minutes away, so he's really less than that now. So I was do you want to take us to, someplace? And he was yeah, I already ate that. I was okay. So I just told him about the I'm ready to make traffic. What are you doing? Okay, okay. No, well, because it's like, it's embarrassing if the other person.
Guys, I put him on over like this. What are your glasses? Oh, got a pretty good little conversation with him. Pretty sure his name was Rudy, if I remember correctly. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, as like, when it comes down to these type of things, it always seems to be the same answer, you know? Because I've mentioned it too before when I've talked about these things. Like, you know, it's just basically literally asking for, you know, like, for as much as, you know, all of us have, like, you know, put forward, you know, it would be nice, you know, to have a little something put back, you know, and it's pretty much, you know, like every circumstance, no matter what type of job or industry. You know, maybe in a retail grocery store worker, it's a little different, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all the same when it comes to the root. Especially when they got a fancy ass building like that. You've earned that earned a $5. Well, I need to get my cash app on here at some point, honestly, for fuck's sake. I've been meaning to do that for a long time, just so then at least there is a way that can happen. I mean, hey, it took me $5 to get up here. Or at least an all-day pass. It actually took me a little quicker than I thought, because when I was looking at the different routes from where I was at, I was like, oh shit, there's actually a little, like, cutway that I can take instead, you know, of taking a longer route that it was giving me, because Google be dumb. Well, man, I'm sure a lot of this construction does probably make it a little difficult to kind of like organize backs and forths and stuff like that, because that's one thing I've noticed with this construction. It makes it a little harder because all the cars are more scrunched up next to the curb. Of course, like the tent they got is right up next to it and everything, so. Since I'm kind of sitting here for a sec, let me go on YouTube and actually go on my thing just so I can share this out a little more. Because I know this definitely should be spread out a little bit. Look off, you're stuck on your leash, you goof. Platform down. Platform number 2 shall be Reddit. I'll put it on the Portland subreddit. Add the flare, because I don't just want that. I should put it under video or photo or news. I'll put a photo or video. That's technically what it is. There we go. Okay. Cool. Stream home later time. Oh yeah. I'll talk a little bit more about, like, you know, my aftermath and my thoughts and stuff. It's my favorite if you help me set up Telegram. At least send me in. Yeah. Obviously, I gotta send my number to one of the IBW guys or IWW guys I was talking to a second ago before they split. I like you're laughing about that, like me explaining that to normies. Well, evidently one of them wasn't, because they were like, Arts of Fire 4, bro, yo. So, just shows you, not everyone's a normie. It's just kind of weird to talk about people outside niche groups. Well, hey, it was asked. I mean, she was the one that asked the question, so gotta put it on and answer. Joanna, would you potentially have a question that you might want to ask someone here? Because yeah, I'm gonna be here for at least another. I don't know. My phone's at 45%. I'll at least keep my phone keep streaming at least till I'm at 35% or 20% or something like that. So I'll stick here for a little bit. Said that's for the Communist Confederate States of America. Dude, you are bad. I would not be doing that. See if I can kind of maybe cross the street here halfway, kind of where this like construction is going on, just so we kind of get a better view of like kind of where everyone is. I once did that for a step douche and he had about an aneurysm. Good. Maybe I can. So, at least I just want to like kind of show for comparison's sake, at least, because obviously, I mean, it's a little later in the evening, but this strike over here is obviously a lot smaller, comparison to somewhere like Michigan or Ohio, Missouri, but. Because at least on the news report, it was saying that there was only about like 40 people that walked off, from the job here, and one of the strike leaders, Rudy, was mentioning about that, saying like obviously, we all don't want to necessarily do it, but we're out here for the long haul, or we're out here to do it, so for all the beavers, that's just the name of the town, bro. It's Beaverton, and yes, this is Beaverton, but yeah, so. I mean, at this point, obviously, it's just like a few people here for the long haul, because, I mean, at a certain point, you're always going to have at least, a couple people, potentially even all night, but for the most part, there's always at least someone around here when it comes to strike lines like that. I'm sure, like, at a certain point, they potentially, like, call it good for the night and come back in the morning. I'm not too sure how, like, the whole routine is, but... kind of crossed back over now. Showed off a little bit of what was going on. Kind of list what's happening right now. No, just no peace. Fuck the police. Well, it's not one of those type of strikes. I mean, if anything, it's kind of the opposite of that right now. In fact, I have not seen a single cop at all. I think it's so small and peaceful that there's no reason for it. Besides, not every strike is going to be like rabble-rousy. Sometimes you're all just kind of holding your signs, kicking it, and just chilling. That's what's happening here. And if you think that's a good thing, you'd rather just people just be kind of chilling, chit-chatting, just hanging out. That's the best outcome. Talking about this guy leaving the facility. Guess security over there. is one of those things where I'm sitting here having an intrusive thought. Go over to that gate over there, ask that guard, be like, hey, how do you feel about all this? How do you feel like that your job must be even way more boring sitting there? I mean, it's so sister to me that includes you. Well, that ain't my fault. You keep me distracted from the story. I'll probably ask my questions here at least a little bit. Try a little more, and we'll see how it goes. See how things are doing. Excuse me, princess. Well, sorry, I'm fabulous. It's just me being fab. Sorry.
I don't think your puppy wanted the treat.
Yeah, I noticed that. He just kind of like dropped it.
It's cheap, I don't want it.
It's like, yeah, this is a little lame. I did kind of feed him a bunch of food right before I left, so he's probably not really hungry right now. So that's what I've been out for today for picketing. It's just, pretty peaceful and all chill and everything.
Pretty much. I think at like 1, that's whenever there was a lot of people here.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured, like around the afternoons when there would be a lot of people and stuff.
Yeah, right now it's kind of just like winding down.
Yeah.
And the next shift will come in and they'll be like, damn, there's nobody here.
All right. Yeah, I come out all the way from Milwaukee, so it kind of takes me a little bit, to get up here. So I kind of figured by the time I showed up, it'd be a little, kind of quieter in comparison. But I know.
Here though.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a small strike comparison, like to the other ones that have been going on. So, but
yeah,
it's still really good to try to at least get the message out there and
what are you,
keep
a butt sniffer?
He kind of is. He does that a lot. He's such a
dork. My stepmom went somewhere and this dog was like sniffing her crotch and she's like, I'm offended. She's like, I just took a shower. And the guy's like, meatball, get back over here. It was so freaking funny.
Zukov was kind of like that too. Yeah, actually, because it was my day off, and when I think when the strikes was, did you guys walk off? Was it Sunday or?
It was Friday.
Friday. All right. Yeah. I did have a day off. Yeah. So this the first day I was actually able to have some free time to come down here a little bit. I would probably come by again tomorrow, but I have a concert I was going to go to, so I mean, at least I guess depending on how long you had to keep going on, I'll probably come back next week, just kind of see how things be going, like any updates, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because even though I'm not part of UAW myself, part of the UFCW, I mean I'm still in that obviously all work.
UFCW?
The United Food Commercial Workers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so and of course regardless of what union or even if non-unionized, I'm always willing to stand in solidarity. So because I haven't really been on a full-on strike line before yet, so it's pretty cool, at least kind of see how the general kind of zeitgeist is. And
there's been a lot of people from other unions coming over here. I was like, wow. Yeah,
I noticed that too. Like before they dipped off, I think there's a couple people from the UAW, I believe, they were hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So there's been, I've noticed that, there seems like there's a little bit of cross solidarity. Even like some of the news reports and like other videos, whether independent or from like mainstream, I've noticed that there seems to be a lot more like cross solidarity these days, especially in comparison, because like I remember like even like a couple years ago, they were kind of a little bit more isolated, whether if they were trying to unionize or they were like kind of on their own with the strike. But now I think there's just been such as, whether people I guess realize it or not, such an understanding that we need to kind of band together and try to take at least a little bit back of what we obviously have rightfully earned, and whether they might understand the nuances, complexities, they understand that there's at least like a outlet and there's a path for that. And obviously when it comes to like unionization, collective bargaining, everyone, starting to kind of get that a lot more. And honestly, I'm even noticing that, like, I mean, even in comparison to like the last couple years, or even during like the mid 2000s and stuff, or like mid 2010s, there seems to be a lot more support in comparison, just especially I think after like post COVID, especially.
Yeah. Yep. What's going on, puppy? What's up?
He's probably getting a little bored.
Like, where's the ball?
Yeah, probably. He's probably like, why aren't we playing fetch or something? If you take me out this far, you should play fetch.
Jeff brought his dog.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know what kind of dog it is, beefy one. And I get wrapped around him and tipped him over and he fell on the ground. He got so pissed. He was like, damn it!
Yeah, this dog has done that to me a few times. He tries to treat me like a AT-AT from like Star Wars or something like that. Like tie me around, like, oh no.
Big guy too, so I'm like, he's like, you've been laughing. I'm like, oh, I was laughing him just telling me about it.
Yeah, even though he's kind of small, he actually has got like, kind of some muscle on him. Yeah. He's mostly German Shepherd and Border Collie, but he also has like a little bit of American Bully, a little bit of Pomeranian, and I think a little bit of like Dachshund too. So he's kind of got a little hodgepodge of different things. It's kind of a super mutt, but mostly I think it's like about a third Shepherd and then like a quarter Border Collie, and it's like about 11% American Bully, and then everything else is like kind of a hodgepodge of the rest of the little breeds.
Oh, okay.
So. He's got, just kind of a big old super mutt. Some people have confused him with like being like a blue heeler or stuff like that, but I've done a genetic test on him and it doesn't come back.
I thought he was a blue heeler.
Yeah, I've done a genetic test on him, so, and nothing about blue heeler has come up, so. But I think a lot of it just because with the Border Collie like fur pattern, I think that kind of shows a lot in his legs, and I think that's where I think maybe people get confused.
Well, usually heelers have their tails snipped too, huh?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And his isn't, and, and it lays down, but, like, when he's really happy and stuff, it curls up, like, kind of like a Pomeranian tail or something like that.
Like you're talking about my tail.
It's like, what are you doing? Big old good boy. I like how it ignores the cover pressure. It sounds like Barney from Dinosaur. I've been doing some live stream, kind of showing off a little bit. Someone from my chat was saying, I like how Ignar's coffee precious sounds like Barney the dinosaur.
Oh, one of our coworkers was in a dinosaur suit out here holding this.
Oh, nice. You always have to, make a strike, a little fun and stuff like that. Add a little pop to it.
I feel like we need music out here or something. People are just like, I bring my speakers.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be here Thursday.
Yeah, the speaker would definitely go over the game. I should have thought about that, because I have a speaker and while I'm streaming I can still play music, so I could have at least maybe put it over there or something to have like a playlist of like labor songs, stuff like that, a little something, but I didn't even really think about that too much. I'm assuming if the strikes probably keep going for like another week or something like that, then I probably
we'll get something.
Yeah, if it still keeps going on, at least still by like next Tuesday or something like that, then I could probably come back and even have my own little playlist of stuff and say what's up and like all that.
Oh man, how much longer we got? Minutes? That's it? Holy shit. I know.
Is there one right down over there, Cashfish Lou's, I think?
Yeah, convenient, right next to it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like after a strike, go down there, have a beer or two, play some pool.
Yeah. Their room is huge over there.
Yeah, I was looking it up when I was finding directions over here, and I was like, oh, there's a little bar over here, and it has like a gigantic pool set, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah. It looks like about twice the size as the one I go to, because the one I go to is called the Wichita Pub, is right out of Milwaukee, and it has about
Wichita, is that what you said?
Yeah, Wichita Pub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they have like 2 or 3 locations, but I think the original one's out in Milwaukee, but that's where I go to, and they have like 10 pool tables, but it looks like that place has like 20 or 25 of them.
There's like pros that go in there, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, the one I go to, like every Tuesday and Thursday, they have like tournament leagues where some like pros and like semi-pros go
I
there
don't know
and
how many
compete
tables
stuff.
in there, but like one
Who's
of
that?
them.
Who's that? What is that?
Where?
Huh?
Where?
That one. Came out right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They waved at us or
I
honked
know.
at us. Maybe it's Orlander. I didn't see
maybe.
him come out earlier.
No. Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't see him earlier. Mr. Orlando. Is he? Oh yeah, for good, huh?
Yeah.
He's dipping out of here. He's like, I'm going to Denver.
Yep.
Big goober. Look at you. You're just an itchy boy, aren't you? Over there. We need to get you to the vet at some point and figure out that skin allergy of yours, bro.
Yeah, we need to get some moves going on here. Like those people on the sides.
Like the sign spinners and stuff. Yeah.
Wash. Yeah. Hey, that's how we can make some extra money. Car wash, come on in.
Right, yeah. Little side fun, have a little car wash just right there.
Have Jamie do it, put on a bathing suit. They'd be like, get him out of here.
Thumbs up and some more honks. There's a lot of support with that. It's great. Saw a few people drive by with their thumbs up, honking and stuff. It's really nice. I'm actually jealous of your social skills. I'm not even like doing anything fancy. I'm just having casual conversation. Dare I say small talk? The one thing that everyone hates.
Sean, Steven, Diego,
I think I'll save about maybe grabbing like one of their little signs, maybe as a little token for the road or something like that, and then give one more good little look about the building and stuff like that, and have a little wrap up thoughts and stuff, and the whole shebang. Because like I said, I wasn't going to be here for like forever and do it for too long, but at least, you know, enough to kind of see the general gist of everything and just see how, you know, people feeling and everything, and yeah, my general predictions about what I thought, and it's good. I like it. And honestly, puts a smile on my face, you know, just knowing that this is more of a thing, and you know, there's a lot of support for it, you know, like that, like that, you know, so it's awesome. And I suppose it can be kind of a stark contrast in a way of like, I guess like how some people might perceive like what a strike is like, because it's not all about being like, you know, big, loud, and boisterous. Oh wait, what's this guy doing?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
You fucking move. Ryan.
See, it's all about the fun and that the bus moves.
Yeah.
Superb, they need to get another job. He's gonna be the little century guy.
Got to do some boob busting.
Actually, get another guard.
Yeah.
They're definitely having fun with it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I wish I was somewhere where I could walk without risking getting hit by a car. I mean, they're technically on the crosswalk. So, I mean, you know, they don't really have to worry about it. Cop Beavertons. I did, you know, funny enough, like 10 minutes ago I was saying, I have not seen a single cop. There was a sheriff that did drive by. But they just drove by, that was it. So I'm assuming probably just doing their usual patrol shit. Because there's literally nothing going on here. Besides just dudes having fun, chilling. Doing their strike. Cost for a lens traffic for a biscuit this morning. Scariest thing you've done in months. I mean, I guess with all the construction and the sporadic traffic, there isn't really too much to, like, worry about. If I want, well, maybe not right now, but if I wanted to, I could cross right here and just, like, hang out in the middle of the road and just kind of show off a little bit more in perspective. Kind of cross back to where I was for a second here. Kind of show off a little more. As you can tell, like, the crowd was definitely a lot more smaller than it was just like 20 minutes ago. But hey, people are still here. Have fun. Yep, gotta wait. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, okay. I see the infinite void, ignoring the infinite void. Well, because I haven't pointed to it right now. And yes, as you can tell, it's dark now. It was not dark earlier, so now it is. See his chin? My voluptuous chin, yes. Oh my lord, okay. This intersection is ridiculous. I'm starting to notice this. This intersection is ridiculous. Turn on night vision. I wish I had night vision. You know, I just realized not really many streetlights. There should be one right there. I think probably like one right like here. There's not many street lights in this corner. You need like one of those like football like stadium lights, just like right there, to really just like, you know, lighten up the spot, like a major fat spotlight. 99% of the time your shit posted gets nothing. Well, I can't help you with that.
There you go, there's the ship. Let's go, brother.
To restrictions, ignore secretly the Sitco area and will send sabotage movement. Yeah, I was sent here, dude. Yeah, totally. By Citigo, the bank, or whatever. Which, if that's the case, I am doing a very poor job at that. I've also noticed that there's like been a couple people that have kind of come back, or well, not come back, but have like been like coming in. I'm assuming like the later night shifts, like for people who are for a strike, but going to be here later in the night. Kind of looks like that's what's going on now. Just kind of noticed a couple people like just walking down the street and stuff, and they just stopped here or something. So I'm thinking like some of the people that usually do like the evening / like swing shifts, over at the site have probably started making their way too. But I noticed earlier that some of them were mentioning around like 8 o'clock. That's how long they have left, so to speak, until they're done for today. So from what it looks like, they got things set up in shifts, which is actually a good thing. You don't, some people can stay all day or night, but like for the most part, they usually try to organize it out in shifts, so there's like the maximum amount of people at any given time. Because obviously in the middle of the night, there isn't really too much of a need, just to make sure, your stuff isn't messed with or anything like that. But, like during the days where you want the numbers. But you always want to at least, feed people to make sure that the actual, like, strike site is fine and, no one messes with it or nothing. But likelihood of that is pretty low anyway. Citgo's a gas station. Oh. Well, I haven't heard of Citgo. I don't know if that's a gas station up here. They are, there's like Chevrons, fucking Shell, all sorts of stuff. Damn, they're real hawking. Let's see what my battery charger. Yeah, it's at like 20%. I'm at like 4 minutes till 8 anyway. Whoa. Like 2 shares like pass right by each other on the opposite side of the street right there. Whoa, this guy's real going doing it. That was an emphasis on support. Wait, it came back.
Yeah. About time of night. What's that? I wasn't here, but
Yeah. Just kind of like on a little bit of choir part things. I think I'll at least probably wrap it up forever at this point. At least for now. Got a couple questions, talked a little bit. Saw it, just kind of seeing how the drum vibe was of everything, and it's good. I like it. So it was definitely a fun little experience, and I'll talk a little bit more about it when I get back home. And so, yeah.
Pause you give me last time for my horse. It was magical. Everybody got surprised. They didn't even know
Anyway, kind of do one more little peruse and kind of a little look at the place before we totally dipped off. Seems like a little bit of the last little shift's probably going to finish up their stuff here. Then it's all good. But yeah, like I said, it's a fun little experience to see what was going on here and everything. Across the street, it's Allen. That's all I know, honestly. I don't know what. Allen and Arctic? Something like that? I have no idea. Oh no, it's right out of Beaverton. But anyway, I think I'll at least probably do it for now and head my way back home and all that. Parts and stuff or something. Yeah, that's where the strike is. And so a bunch of business with them. But yeah. I'll probably, if the strike's still going on by like next Tuesday in the next 7 days, which obviously a lot could probably happen between now and then, and if they're still going on, then I'll come back and, hang out and say what's up, a little more. But if not, then it'll probably at least be the one time I, will be here at least. But hey, if it happens again, then I'll be at the next one. But at least in the meantime, we'll see. I have a little more thoughts about it and collect my thoughts a little more and stuff later. So anyway,